Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's One Piece Treasure Cruise video, I will be showcasing 5 different teams for you to tackle the super boss in Kizuna vs Roger. We have 2 variations this time, Q and Dex, and I will be presenting 3 teams versus Q, one of which is not really strong, but the higher your final taps level, the more the damage you do, and 2 teams versus Dex. Very important to note for the video, all of my final tap and super tandem abilities are at level 1. If you have them higher, you can do even more damage. All of the teams in the video can easily do over 1 billion damage, some of them way more than that, and only one team can't, but if your Straw Hat crew is over final tap level 3 or 4, you can easily do over 1 billion damage to help your alliance even more. This video took a long time to make to team build all of the teams, so please leave a like, I would really appreciate it, and of course do not forget to subscribe to the channel for the One Piece Treasure Cruise content to continue. Without further ado, let's jump into my teams and strategies versus Super Boss Roger. Team number 1 versus the Q variation will be using Super Sugo Fest Law as captain, and then we are going to use a friend captain Ace and Sabo entering the quest on Sabo. We also want to enter on Yamato and the crew. The rest of our units are Sugar with treble support, so we can remove the threshold in the final stage, and Bon Clay, while we also have Bartolomeo Legend support on the crew to remove paralysis in the final stage. In stage number 2, Ace as captain completely removes despair, and then we activate the Straw Hats and beat Rayleigh in one turn. It does not really matter if you waste your rainbow slots or if you keep them, just make certain you beat Rayleigh immediately to not get slot binded. I'm also using the Shark Superb ship to do more damage, but if you do not have it, you can use any other ship you like. In the final stage now, something you can do to increase damage a bit is swap Yamato Ace and Bon Clay places. Now, after Bartolomeo support activates to remove paralysis, we super swap Ace to Sabo for a color affinity boost, and activate them for an ore boost and guaranteed matching slots. Then we activate our captain Super Sugo Law for increased damage taken to Roger and an attack boost, and of course we also want to activate his super type to increase the damage from our Dex units. After Law, you want to super swap Yamato to Ace for chain boundaries and to ignite Roger even through immunity, and then by activating Ace you will get a conditional attack boost. After him, it is important to activate Bon Clay or another base attack booster you have on the team to boost your base attack, and in Bon Clay's instance you want to turn him into a Dex unit, the classes are fine. Finally, we want to activate Sugar and turn every unit into a toy bear. It is very important for treble support to be here so he can remove threshold, and it is also very important for the Straw Hat crew to be in the bottom left for their final tap to activate. Tap Sugar, who will allow you to penetrate the barrier, and with final tap level 1 Straw Hats easily do over 2 billion damage. Team number 2 versus the Dex variation will be using V3 Zoro as captain with a friend captain Super Tandem Luffy. With this team you are going to need Anniversary Strength Chopper support on Zoro at maximum level to remove the threshold, and then Arena Kawamatsu at maximum level as a support on the new free-to-play Oden. For the other units we have V26 plus Sabo, Ulti Page 1 entering on Ulti, and Roger Newgate entering on Roger. In stage 2 though, you want to swap to Newgate to increase damage and have matching slots, and then activate Newgate to completely remove the despair. Then attack and super easily beat Rayleigh in one turn. For the final stage, Super Boss, what you want to do is first of all preserve Zoro's special. He won't help you because Luffy will give us an ore boost, but you need it in order for Chopper to activate and remove threshold. So before Zoro, activate Luffy to get a full board of TNT slots, a high ore boost, and also activate his super class ability to increase the ore boost and your base attack stats. After that, Oden will remove the barrier and also activate Kawamatsu support to remove paralysis. then activate Zoro just to activate the threshold removing chopper support, and then activate Sabo to get a chain boost and an attack boost for majority of your units. Finally, super swap to page 1 for chain boundaries and activate him to get a conditional attack boost. Some things that are extremely important to have in mind. You cannot swap your captains because in order to get a conditional attack boost you need Zoro as captain because he is driven. Luffy boosts Free Spirit and Fighters, so not Zoro and not page 1. Do not forget to activate Zoro's super type to get a color affinity boost for your Dex units, and then attack Roger Newgate, Zoro, ulti page 1, Sabo, Super Tandem Luffy, ending on Oden for the final tap ability to activate and you to do over a billion damage. Team number 3 versus the Q variation doesn't do a lot of damage, but might as well include it in case you have a higher final tap ability Straw Hat unit than I do and you can do over a billion. This team uses Brûlé support on the Straw Hat crew to remove the block slots in the final stage, Kawamatsu support again on free-to-play Oden for paralysis, and V2 Whitebeard on Ace Yamato to reduce despair. Along with sockets and Colosseum King support, you can completely remove despair in stage number 2 and then immediately beat Rayleigh by just activating the Dex side of the Straw Hat crew. It is also important to enter on Yamato so you can super swap to Ace in the final stage. In stage 2, make certain you get rid of the rainbow slots for your top 2 rows, and even for King if the super tandem ability of Kaido is at a higher level. This one is at level 1, so King's slot doesn't really matter anyway. After the preemptive, Brûlé will remove block slots, and then you want to activate Kaido, who will give you an ore boost, and then he will also give you a conditional attack boost, while his superclass ability will give you guaranteed Wano slots for the top 2 rows. After him, you want to super swap Yamato to Ace, and then you want to activate Ace. These two actions will give you an attack boost and chain boundaries, and then you want to activate Enel to remove Threshold and get a color affinity boost. Finally, activate Oden to remove the barrier, but to also activate Kawamatsu to remove paralysis, and then attack in this order to do the maximum amount of damage you can to Roger. Definitely start on Kaido to give increased damage taken, and then end on the Straw Hats to activate their final tap ability, and the higher it is, the more damage you will do. Moving on to the Dex variation, the first team is very strong because it pretty much uses the whole new batch that is relevant in this quest. We are going to use Super Tandem Kaido with level 1 Super Tandem ability. The higher it is, the more damage you can do. And our friend captain will be the Oiran trio, Boa, Nami and Robin. In stage number 2 against Gaban, we do not care about beating him, just tap one unit, take the damage and then also accept the bind and proceed. If you have maximum bind sockets and Sairea Recruit Raizo support on Oden, then the bind on whatever unit it gets applied to will be completely removed when you enter the final stage. Have in mind that it is actually important to have the Oiran trio as a friend captain, not as captain, because we need to activate their super type ability to remove the bind completely from the right column units in the final stage. Sockets are not necessary here, but they are for the previous stage, so of course you should have them, and after activating the super type ability, you want to activate their special ability, so you can get a color affinity boost for all of your units. After them, activate your Captain Kaido for an ore boost and a conditional attack boost, and his super type ability as well for a full board of matching slots. Make certain you have King in the bottom row and Queen in the middle row, and then activate Queen for a base attack boost and to also activate support Jinbe for a slight chain boost. He's not necessary but he helps because chain boost specials get interrupted. Then super swap to Yamato and activate her to get a high attack boost for everyone, and also chain boundaries from the super swap, and finally activate Oden to remove the barrier completely. Now pay attention to the chain of attack. We need to start with Kaido to have increased damage taken, then the TNT Kaido Crew unit King, then Queen to activate the Super Tandem mechanic, then Oden, Yamato Ace, ending on the Oiran Trio to activate their final tap ability and do the maximum amount of damage you can, which is over 5 billion, and the higher the final tap abilities and Super Tandem abilities, it will be even more. If you do not lose after the original attack because of all the overheal, then you can activate King, whose special was not really necessary, to get an attack boost and again do more damage. You will be limited to 3 taps this time, so have in mind that you can still activate your Super Tandem ability and final tap abilities to gather as many damage as possible before you are defeated. For team number 2 versus the Dex variation, we are going to use Super Type Sabo as captain with the friend captain Yamato Ace, entering on Ace of course. Then for supports, we are running V3 Marco on Kizuna Rare Recruit Ace, who is important to give us a chain boost because chain boosting specials are interruptible, and activating Sabo in stage 2 carrying over the chain boost in stage number 3 does not work either because the main boss clears everything and all values we have accumulated. So in stage number 2, the only thing you have to do is tap one unit and let Gaban actually give you the bind on whatever units, it doesn't matter, because Ace and Yamato as captains will completely remove it. And the same will happen in the final stage when Roger gives your right column the bind. After the preemptive ends in the final stage, Marco will activate giving you a chain boost. If you do not have him, it's fine, you will miss out on some damage, but it's not an absolutely huge deal. What you want to do first is super swap Ace to Yamato and activate them for the conditional attack boost and the attack boost, but also the chain boundaries. Then you want to activate your captain Sabo's special to get a 2x color affinity boost, but also his super type to increase your damage even more. And pay very close attention to the order the specials are activated, it is important. After Sabo activate Bone Clay, he will give you a boost in base attack and you want to turn him into a strength unit. The striker class does not really matter. Then activate Kizuna Rare Recruit Ace to make all of the RCV slots strength, meaning matching, and then activate Oden to make them Wano. And of course, he will also give you an ore boost. The final special are the Straw Hats, just to increase their attack as a dual form unit and not a single form unit. They're not important as a special. And you want to have the barrier penetration of Oden at least at level 3, so you can attack in this order, have Oden do damage and also Bone Clay do damage, and then ending on the Straw Hats with their final tap ability will easily give you over 1 billion damage. I am going to sound like a broken record at this point, but the higher level your final tap ability is, the more damage you will do, and mine here was level 1. And these were my 5 teams for this video for the super boss in Kizuna vs Roger. If you enjoyed the video and you found it helpful, I would really appreciate a like, and also you can subscribe for more OPTC content. If you want my 9 different teams for the normal boss, you can check the video on the left. As always, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.